how I'm on it. Look at how I'm on it. I am not a DJ. This is not a replay. So let me plug in and hit it to the preset.
What's up, guys? You're here with the first ever NBA 2K League champions, Knicks Gaming, and you're watching.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here. And I'm really happy that Kenny and Shaq are here.
I miss you too, Earl.
Thank you. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Los Angeles Lakers at Staples Center. Looking at the Lakers, this is a team they played pretty well against last season, going 3-1. They'll look to keep that edge tonight. Here we are, opening night. Every club can have high aspirations. But Kenny, what's the key to growing throughout the year?
Oh, when you said club, I was thinking nightclub. Oh, what are you talking about?
Of course, you always.
But, you got to be willing to adjust, honestly. Be willing to adjust. don't stick with the same plan just because you might think it worked. If it's not working, it's going to show you it's not working.
You know, it's a long road, so you can never get too high or get too low. And remember, just have fun along the way.
Kind of like we do here.
Yes.
Isn't this a blast?
Yeah.
Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
With Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and Hall of Fame sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And tonight we're joined by a legend of the NBA, five-time NBA champion. Kobe Bryant has stopped by. Kobe, great to have you with us.
No, thank you. Thank you for letting me stop in and join you for a bit.
Any chance you might pursue broadcasting in the years to come?
Nope.
Nor coaching?
Nope. Don't have the patience for either.
All right, we're glad you're with us tonight. Western Conference battles always fun. This time it's the Los Angeles Lakers intent on protecting home court. And this matchup with Dallas, it's their first meeting of the season. Last season they had the upper hand in the series, going 3-1 against these guys. And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kev. Well, Rick Carlisle is a coaching graybeard. He's entering his second decade as coach of the Mavericks. He led them to the franchise's first and only title in 2011. Now, Eric Spoelstra lost that series to Carlisle, and he says of him, he's a Hall of Famer, a trailblazer as president of the Coaches Association. We all owe him a great deal. Kevin?
He is a legend. Thank you, D.A. Let's talk about something that I know fascinates basketball fans, Kobe, having that competitive streak, which is something that runs deep for you. Talk about the desire to dominate and completely destroy your opponent.
Well, it's the spirit of competition, right? I don't think you're doing anybody any service by going out there and competing half-hearted, right? If you truly respect the person that you're facing, then the right thing to do is to compete as hard as you possibly can against them to bring the best out of them. And that's on both ends of the floor. You can't be a one-way dominant player. You can't just compete on the offensive end and take it off in the defensive end. You got to play both sides of the ball.
Your motor never stopped. I mean, that's from our perspective on the sideline, watching you play on both ends of the floor, like you said.
Yeah, you got to keep going. And to do that, you have to train really, really hard in the off-season. Yeah, that's a lot of conditioning. It's a lot of weight training, right? You have to train in extraordinary ways in order to do extraordinary things.
Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. The 4 is Barnes with Jordan as the 5. Smith at point and Doncic next to him. And it's Matthews in at the small forward position.
Why
liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
There's a screen. Smith kicks to Barnes. Shot clock at 6. On the wing. He can't get that one to fall. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And the Black Mamba nickname, one of the things that I think fans really embrace. They know you for that. How did that all come about?
Well, honestly, watching Kill Bill.
Oh, no kidding.
No kidding. It came straight from Tarantino. When I saw him, I thanked him for it.
Oh, I like that story.
Yep, came straight from there. I looked at it and said, wow, that's an interesting thing. Look it up.
Makes sense.
Makes complete sense.
Yeah. And you like that? You like that nickname?
I did. It became my alter ego.
Yeah.
Right? So when I'm at home, I'm like a big teddy bear, man. I'm like a human jungle gym with my kids. But when I strap up my mom boots, I enter that zone. I enter that don't play around zone.
Your opponents didn't like that zone.
Man, this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
He'll pass the ball. Ingram a screen on Smith. Ball, the pass to Ingram. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
So out of the gates, 3 for 3, exactly what they're looking for.
Here are the Mavericks now. It's a 5-point game. Now here's Barnes. McGee with the block. And Ingram with a clear path to the basket. And slammed up by Ingram.
And no one is catching Ingram in the open floor. This guy is like a rocket.
Not a fast start for the Mavericks. Barnes. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Ball, the pass to McGee. From deep, James. Rebound by Smith.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
And Kobe, you look at the different styles and different approaches that teams employ. How much input did you have to say, hey, this is what I'm seeing. This is how I think we should play?
Yeah, well, that was the beauty about Phil's system, the triangle, is that the players had to take the responsibility of making it what it was. He gave us a format to play out of, and he gave us the structure. And within that structure, you have a myriad of options.
Right.
And it's our responsibility, it was Michael's and Scotty's responsibility, to figure out how to put Luke Longley, how to put Derek Fisher in the right spot on the floor to take advantage of the defense that you're facing.
Sounds complicated.
No, but you know, when you look at it, like the triangle, it spells things out very simplistically because you have rules. When you have rules, then it's very easy to say, okay, when this happens, this happens. When that happens, this happens. Right? So it makes the game very, very easy to measure. And so things don't happen on accident. Like they happen with intent.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Hart, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Lonzo Ball. 6 to shoot. 18 feet out. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Kobe, I remember you saying that curiosity is such a valuable trait in a player. I bet the triangle was a very intriguing offense for you to learn and grasp.
Oh yeah, it created such a system. It's like, jazz. When people watch jazz musicians orchestrating, it seems as if they're freelancing. But they're freelancing with a built-in structure. You have to have structure in order to be able to freelance and create these amazing things. The triangle gave unbelievable structure, and some of the people that I've talked to that have competed against the triangle and lost against the triangle, whether it was to us or to the Bulls, all lament about the triangle, the biggest crock of garbage, it's just you and Michael. And I said, you know what? Let's have a conversation. Do you remember this play? Yeah. Okay, that play happened at the moment it happened with 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter because we knew in the first minute of the game when we ran it, you did this defensively. So we said, okay, they did that, check, we'll wait. Okay, now let's look at this action. Okay, this action, how they're playing this action. They're playing it that way. All right, check. Hold it. We'll wait. Interesting. Right? And so in the fourth quarter, we're able to take advantage. Why? Because we have a structure. From that structure, we know what you are doing, and we know how to counter what you're doing. There's a reason Michael can look at Steve Kerr in timeout and say, be ready. How did he know that? Yeah, right. How did he know that unless he knew every time he drove middle, Stockton was coming over to help on his dribble penetration? He could have made that pass to Steve Kerr in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. Why did he wait? That's good stuff.
Nowitzki is straight. Inside. Rebounded by the Lakers.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You know, that's okay, I think. Even though they missed, they still have to be happy with the shot selection.
Barnes against Stevenson. And stolen by Kuzma. Stevenson drives in. And it's slammed in by Stevenson.
Yeah, that's the kind of aggressive attitude Stevenson brings to the table. He's not going to sit back and settle for jump shots. If he can attack the basket, he will.
Powell, the pass to Nowitzki. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Berea against Rondo. And LeBron brings it down hard.
You know, LeBron James has been fouled so many times in his career, it doesn't even faze him anymore. There is no stopping this guy.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. The free throw good, LeBron. Rondo against Berea. To the paint, here's Nowitzki, and Nowitzki with the stuff.
Well, I'll tell you this, if Dirk is free at the rim, you expect the throwdown. Love seeing the big man get up.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And we'll be back with you shortly. LeBron James is the all-time leader in playoff field goals made, and he had this to say about his ability to nail clutch shots.
I always feel like I got it. I always feel like I got it in the clutch, no matter what's going on throughout the course of a game. Even when you're struggling at times or you're not shooting the ball particularly well, I just feel like it's going in.
And you know, Greg, that's the type of confidence you got to have.
The words of a leader. James has proven time and time again that he's dangerous in late game situations.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
For me, that defense in the first period, just tremendous shot blocking.
They have smothered every opportunity, it feels like. The other team has got to be nervous on field goal attempts.
On the court for the Mavericks, Dwight Powell is out there with Nowitzki. Then there's Doncic, and there's J.J. Berea, and it's Kleba in at the 3. And it's sent back by Nowitzki.
Just great anticipation for Dirk, playing his cards right on the defensive end, comes through with the rejection.
Inside. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
And good passing. He's setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And Kobe, you've made no apologies throughout your career about being a scorer, but how do you strike that balance between getting buckets and keeping your teammates involved?
Well, it's a thin line, especially for scorers. You know, because when you're locked into that mentality, it's very easy. It's almost like a racehorse. You're racing with blinders and you don't see anything else. You have one focus. right? And so it becomes a matter of trying to understand when to attack throughout the course of the game. For the first 3 quarters, maybe I'll lay back. Or maybe even it's just the first quarter, and then close out the first half strong. So you go into halftime with some momentum. But then at the end of the game, so that's when you put the blinders back on and you really race for that finish line. And so everything in between just becomes a matter of setting up the pieces so that then you can close the game out the right way. So that's how I thought about it.
And I can sense by the way you described this that you had to know your teammates' game as well as your own game.
Well, yeah, you got to know how they're feeling going into the game.
Yeah.
Right? This power and soul habits today. How's our low feeling today? Right? You got to be able to measure those things. And if you feel like the team's going to get off to somewhat of a sluggish start, that's when you kick it into high gear immediately. Right? And so it's a bit of a guessing game, but it's more so being able to spend the time with teammates and talk to them, and that'll help you gauge a little bit better.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, of course, there's no shortage of storylines in Los Angeles. Now, last season, some people thought that Lakers coach Luke Walton had lost his players, and the front office seemed slow to come to his defense. Now, Walton was a high-profile hire from Golden State in 2016, and you wonder if the Lakers will remain committed to their young coach if they can't start winning more regularly. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. For Dallas, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Corby, I know you made a habit of studying those players who came before you, watching tape. If you could give one example of a move or a shot that inspired you by watching footage and how you were able to implement it in your game.
Oscar Robinson's baseline fall away,
which was, I think that's Kobe Bryant's baseline fall away.
Yeah, I mean, because he had great size, so he would use his body and put his body on smaller players, just take them down to the baseline, and then raise over top of them and shoot. And that's something I use quite a bit.
A lot.
Yeah.
With great effect. With great effect. Kuzma sets a screen. Shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. The Mavericks have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Brandon Ingram.
Well, Wes Matthews, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, an amazing perimeter scorer who loves playing on the defensive end.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Dallas. Both free throws good from Matthews.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
After 20 years in the NBA, Kobe, you were able to play with so many people. Who is most like you among guys you played with? Who you would have said, this guy is like-minded? Like would Derek Fisher fit that category?
Yeah, D. Fish was tough. Fish was tough. Adam Morrison, actually, Adam Morrison. It made practices, it drove us because he was competitive in practice. He tried to play defense, and he couldn't move laterally with the athleticism that most players do. But he was competing hard every single day, man. He had a lot of competitive fire in him. Oh, yeah, my whole team was built like that. We had a lot of guys that were temperamental. Temperamental guys that you look at it and say, you know what? You're not going to win a championship with that. And we sit back and laugh to this day. Shannon Brown and I would get together and talk about the old days. And we just look at each other and say, you know, you really won a championship with a bunch of misfits.
But collectively, I guess, right, there was something that obviously worked.
Yeah, we're all crazy. Yeah. And so, you know, when you take a bunch of crazy and you focus it on one thing, it tends to work out.
There it is, yeah.
There it is.
Another ring.
Yeah.
And he's good on the second. Here's Rondo. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Pass to Beasley. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Lakers.
And they've been avoiding those deep threes. And they're capable of knocking those shots down from long range, but so far they've really been reluctant to let it fly from that free throw line extended 3-point shot.
Good on the second free throw.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
1:43 left in the first half. Matthews, no one around him. Off target from outside.
Well, he'd like to have that one back. You almost never get that wide open a look.
Rondo kicks to Beasley. Rondo passes to McGee. Lakers working the ball around now. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Beasley, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Lakers shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game, and he knocks down the first one. And the Lakers making a change here. Ingram's checked in. The Mavericks also with a sub. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Kobe, I know you can't stay any longer, but I just want to say thank you on behalf of all of our fans watching and playing the game tonight. Always a pleasure to have you drop by our broadcast.
No, thank you for having me, man. Anytime.
There he is, the legendary Kobe Bryant. And with Kobe stopping by the booth doors, I'm always amazed at the type of things Kobe will notice about both NBA and the players competing that the casual fans rarely think about.
Well, you think back to Kobe's career and how much his preparation and studying of the league and his opponents contributed to his success. And obviously, with what we just heard, this guy still holds so much knowledge of the game.
On the Mavericks with some changes. Foul comes in for DeAndre Jordan. And Doncic is subbed in for Matthews. McGee with the block. McCall score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And when you're open, Rondo finds you. Always has his head on a swivel.
Smith the pass to Pop. Smith kicks to Doncic. Barnes up top. He's covered by Ingram. Shot to stop the run. Barnes can't get it to go. And in transition, it's Ingram. Here we go. But he recovers it. Second chance shot. McGee in the high post. Launches a 3. An amazing shot. Just barely beat the buzzer.
That is as big a shot as you are ever going to see.
Unbelievable turn of events. He knew it was good from the moment it left his hand.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Los Angeles on top. They score 11 straight to finish off the period. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot. LeBron, are you getting the ball where you want to get it, and is that helping you score?
I'm very pleased with my individual performance right now, but not so pleased with how I'm trying to help our teammates. I got to do a better job of trying to get our teammates in the flow as well as keep myself in a good group too. So hopefully I'll have to do a better job of that in the second half.
We'll see how it goes. Thanks, LeBron. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He had 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 block. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, there was a big spark from the bench in the first half. Sometimes you're hoping for your reserves to come in and just hold court, but they didn't do that. They actually got better.
And looking at Dallas, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, you want to try to hold your opponent under 50% shooting. That has not happened. Defensively, they're allowing way too many good looks. They need to do a better job of shutting down the lane, as well as closing out on shooters.
And now with the second half about to...
The start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. You look at James, what a contribution.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
I don't think you could ask for anything more from this guy. He has been fantastic to start this one.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Mavericks trailed by 5. The Dallas Mavericks last season could not have been more disappointing, Doris.
Well, you think about management for this organization, Kevin. They have tried to avoid a rebuild. But at some point, every franchise probably has to go through it. And one of the things you must have in a rebuild is patience.
Brandon Ingram's out there with Beasley. It's Rajon Rondo, and it's Wagner in at the center, locking down the middle. And that's the group for Luke Walton as we begin the second half. Here's Ball from outside, off the mark. The Mavericks shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. And the call will be against...
What is up with these freaking fouls, dude?
Lonzo Ball. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Matthews. Pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way. Matthews has got his team on the board first here in the second half for Dallas. Ball kicks to Ingram. Over Barnes. And it's Ingram missing. Mavericks trail by 3. And even 3-on-3 break. Doncic, no good. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Pass to James. McGee is screen. Back to Ball. Pass to McGee. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, the Mavericks were ecstatic when Dennis Smith Jr. fell to them with the 9th pick of the 2017 draft. For a team in need of athleticism and size at the point guard and a hand-in-glove fit, the 6'3 Smith has a 48-inch vertical, one of the highest ever measured.
A terrific young player, an elite NBA athlete. David, that's for sure. Good stuff. Thanks. Here's James. Can't hit that one. Good D by Matthews.
They've got to start working for better shots. Just 1 for 4 in the second half so far.
Doncic kicks to Barea. We talked about what it takes to be a great head coach, Doris. Qualities that you think are paramount to the success, for instance, of an assistant coach.
Maybe the most important attribute to an assistant coach would be coaching with your heart and soul, like it's your job on the line every night, not just the head coach's job. Right? If you pour your heart and soul into something and make that head coach's job easier, then you functioned appropriately. And the other thing it's allowed you to do is it's allowed you to accelerate your growth. You're constantly thinking, what would I do in this situation? That helps you in the long term.
Love that perspective. James in the post. He's covered by Matthews. And the shot is good. And that's 15 points for LeBron.
Listen, he's been a key component of their offense tonight. Efficient and effective.
Doncic passes to Jordan. Barea against Ball. Jordan sets the pick for Barea. They grab their own miss. Count it, and the Laker lead has been cut to just 1 on the basket from DeAndre Jordan.
One thing never changes in the NBA. Jordan will always be there among the top offensive rebounders in the league.
LeBron kicks to Ingram. Matthews against LeBron. Ingram attacking. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. And that's now 6 points for Brandon Ingram. To the paint, here's Ball. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Down low, stolen by Ball. Here's James on the dunk by LeBron.
Well, I'm not sure there's a more intimidating sight in basketball than watching LeBron on the move.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
You know, I think casual fans of the NBA probably wonder what makes LeBron so good. And you look at some of the attributes he has physically, the size, the strength, the quickness. But to me, it's as much about his pursuit of greatness and the commitment year-round to excelling and building his skills. He's truly a seminal player in NBA history.
Dallas. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Jordan. And Dwight Powell subbed in for Matthews. Mavericks trail by 5. With LeBron in his strength, Doris, he can shrug off defenders.
Well, to me, Kevin, he is easily one of the most formidable finishers to ever play the game. You think about it, he is as big and strong physically as most centers that are challenging him at the rim. What an imposing guy.
Berea against Ball. Powell, the pass to Berea. Powell with the screen. Back to Barnes. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
But Kevin, he's just able to score from anywhere on the floor, but Barnes loves that high percentage area.
Beasley the screen. Ball kicks to Beasley. And they pick up 2. Beasley's got the lead up to 7 out for Los Angeles.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Stolen by Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Yeah, and Ball constantly looking for ways to come up with steals. Outstanding at covering a lot of ground with his overall length.
Powell and the dunk by Powell.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it. There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Powell with the steal. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Puts it up from 12. He claims that one off the back iron and down it falls. And now it's only a 5-point Los Angeles lead. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And after the Lakers landed LeBron, the talk was about if they would add Kawhi Leonard as well. Ultimately, it didn't happen. The Lakers want to keep their young guns in the end. And LeBron has said he felt that the team was ready without Kawhi and came to the Lakers because of that youthful core they had in place.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Kyle Kuzma comes in for James. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Lonzo Ball. And then for Dallas, Maxi Kleber comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Dennis Smith in for J.J. Barea. Smith against Rondo. To the wing on the left. And the layup's good off the glass. Rondo's got his first basket of the night.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Mavericks trail by 7. Watching the line there, that'll be a backcourt violation.
Tough to recover when you continue to turn the basketball over at this rate.
17 seconds left in the third. Now the pass to Kuzma. Here's Wagner. Mikhailuk, and that's not going to go. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Lakers lead by 7. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard. Put the pass right on the money.
Now, Greg, he's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
Three quarters in the books, folks. Glad to have you with us. Welcome back as we get going. A moment now to reset the lineups brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the floor for Dallas. Smith at point and Doncic next to him. Powell is out there with Nowitzki. And it's Kleba in at the three spot. He gives them a double-digit lead. Kuzma's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Los Angeles. Mavericks trail by 10. Smith kicks to Doncic. Powell with the screen. Doncic passes to Smith. Nowitzki with the screen on run. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Clock at 4. Passes to Nowitzki. Here's Kleba from 15 feet away. That shot off. Pass to Wagner. No good. Shot missing. And the Mavericks going the other way now. We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Powell with the screen. Here's Kleba, guarded by Kuzma. Here's Doncic. Misses the three. Lakers leading by 10. Deflects the pass.
Go towards him.
And it's the Lakers on the break. Rondo's running. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And racing up the court, you have a number of options and a great decision there.
I love how he took the initiative, right? You took charge of the opportunity and made the right decision.
JaVale McGee's checked in for the Lakers. Josh Hart comes in for Michael Beasley. Dallas also making some changes. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Powell. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Maxi Kleba. And Doris, to try and improve the flow of the games, teams now have fewer timeouts. Players have to be faster about retaking the court after stoppages. I'm assuming you're like me, all good things, right?
I agree, Kevin, and I think what people don't know is the impetus from this actually came from the coaches themselves. Rick Carlisle said, listen, we need to pick up the pace of play because we'd like our games to fit in a certain time frame. And listen, when you've got the leadership at the top in Adam Silver, who always makes clear that game flow is one of his focuses and that this is an entertainment medium and let's please our fans, you're going to make the right choices.
And one thing Rick Carlisle is known for is his accountability.
Right, and that extends to himself as much as it does the players who play for him. Listen, if this guy makes the wrong play call, he is going to make sure you know about that. And I think that's an approach you see from the top down in this organization.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. James checked in for JaVale McGee. Ingram comes in for Josh Hart. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Rajon Rondo. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. No surprise, he was not happy with the turnovers. He told them, we are giving this one away, guys. We've got to be more careful with the ball, play within the offense, and get good open shots. Kevin?
No good from Jordan. Los Angeles leading by 13. It's Ingram on the wing. He's covered by Matthews. Here's Ball. Here's LeBron. Down it drops through the net for his ninth bucket. He is 9 for 13 so far.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Doncic kicks to Matthews. It's Jordan on the wing. Five to shoot. That's a 2 from Matthews. Dallas again missing. And it's the Lakers' ball. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. James. Mikhailuk, there's the killer two-handed slam.
Boy, Kev, those are the instincts of LeBron James that we're witnessing. Just terrific at sensing when the defense has left one of his guys open.
And the Mavericks ball time here.
Well, the big story in the offseason was LeBron's free agency. You knew that there would be a ton of rumors flying around about where he might end up. Honestly, I'm sure he's glad it's over with and can once again focus on the court.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Shoots it. Again, the Lakers. And for LeBron, it's really about the media circus, Greg, that surrounds him when he's a free agent.
And boy, it's hard because his free agency is the story in the NBA. Honestly, maybe the story in sports. The decision he made with this team completely shaped and shifted the outlook of the entire league. All other free agents and teams were just waiting to see what he'd do before the dominoes start to fall.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ball. Doncic kicks to Matthews. To stop the drought, LeBron with the block.
He was tracking that shot the whole way. No chance LeBron was letting that get to the rim.
Up top, Kuzma. They set the pick. Over Jordan. Kuzma can't get it to go.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Yeah, that's not a good example right there. You could have worked it around to get a better opportunity.
Jordan with a screen on Ball. Smith the pass to Doncic. Shot clock at 3. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Lakers.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, whenever things started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for LeBron.
Well, you couldn't help but notice how well this guy protected the rim. There was an intimidation factor thanks to his defense. No easy shots in his neighborhood tonight.
And the Lakers with another miss. Barnes outside, and the dunk by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Ball against Smith. Ball with it. LeBron left side. And they double up James. And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. And here is Los Angeles now. So far in the 4th quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easy. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining.